2024 breeding season. Here we go. Got the birds paired up last night. You'll notice I got my windows closed. It was a little drafty in there last night while I was pairing up the birds. It's about 17 degrees out here right now. I think it's a real feel of 3 degrees, so everything's pretty frozen. We got a little bit of snow. So let's go ahead in and take a look at the pairs I picked for 2024. All right, we're on what used to be the cock section. So you can see it's nice and clean in here. I just cleaned the floors, a little torch treatment. Nice and clean. All the birds are in their boxes. Nobody's coming out for about maybe a week. You see I got the cup set up for the water, feed. I'm gonna add a cup for grit, or I might just put the grit inside the boxes. So I guess we'll start right here, give you a quick look at what I got going on this season. I don't want to make this video too long and boring. I'm going to kind of get through these pairs quick. There's only 8 pairs, but I figured I'd give you guys a look at what's going on. So right here, we have this pair of reds. It's some red fox Jansen stuff. This guy's pretty old. He fertilized all his rounds last season for me. Bred some pretty nice reds, so I tried him with this hen that I never tried yet. She's on my flying team. Nice little red check splash. So we'll see what happens with these. Moving over to the top. Over here I have some Huskin Van Reels. This is the same white flight cock. He's technically homozygous indigo. I bred him last year. This year I'm mating him with this hen that was on my flying team a few years ago. This is another Huskin Van Reel. So she's like a chocolate check. The lighting's pretty bad in here right now. I guess the LEDs are kind of throwing this off, but yeah, these are the Huskin Van Reels. So hopefully they breed something nice. Moving on down. Let's see. So on the right side, you'll see the cock. He's Tornier Jansen. He's got a couple other things in him too. He's pretty old as well. I think he's a 2013, but he's real nice shape. He's always looks like, you know, real nice quality. Always looks good. He's just one of those pigeons that you come in the loft and, you know, you can pick him right out. So I figured I'd try him on this hen that I purchased last season. This is if you guys remember the bird, our father was, I think, equal first in the 2021 Hoosier, and her mother was 16th place. I might have that backwards, but that's the hen there. She's 2022, I believe. So hopefully they breed something nice. She's Jansen, soon Jens. So we'll see what they throw out. Coming down here. This pair should be pretty decent. I'm hoping this cock you see here on the right side, this is he's got some Porsche 911 in him. He's actually an import from the Netherlands. I picked him up at an auction where they brought some imports over. So I add a little Porsche 911 blood to my family here. The hen on the left, that's Thomas 6 mix. Silt Orpheus and Mike has a good one. They're all grandparents of that bird right there. She bred me some real nice birds last season with a different cock. So I figured I'd mix it up a little bit and try this out. So hopefully it works out. He's a pretty big blue. She's a pretty small check, but she's real nice. So we'll see how that works out. Let's jump on over to the other side and we'll look at the rest of the pairs. All right, so moving on over to the next section. We'll start from the top here. So up here we have some Wolverine, and I have a hen here that I purchased at the last auction I went to. So I believe she's out of Leo Herman's. She flew a whole season. I like birds that, you know, I've raced and did something significant opposed to birds that never raced before. So apparently her grandmother did really good in one of the local Long Island races. So I'm gonna try her out with this cock. This is a Wolverine with Red Monkey. Apparently his mother is a full sister to Red Monkey, so I guess that would make Red Monkey his uncle. I bred him last year with a Wolverine hen. They bred a couple nice birds. I really didn't breed enough of them to test them out as good as I would have liked. I felt like the birds were a little bit longer, a little bit taller, more stocky pigeon, so I figured I'd try him with the smaller hen. So jumping on down to the next one, we have this nice little splash hen, and we have this blue bar cock. So the blue bar cock on the left side is a half brother to Thomas 6. I purchased him, I want to say last year from Ganis. A real nice quality bird. Try to zoom in on him a little bit for you. The lighting's kind of not that great right now. Yeah, real nice quality bird. I bred some nice ones from him last season. I still got a young one out of him down in Florida. I really should have bred more, but last season they were still kind of young. So I feel like this season, these younger pigeons will be able to fertilize more, and I'll be more successful with my breeding. The hen, on the other hand, this is actually a direct daughter of Marple. If you know the famous bird from Ganis, Marple, that's a direct daughter of that pigeon. So I figured I'd try these together because these families seem to click together pretty well from what I've been seeing and what I've been reading. So I'll give them a try. Hopefully to produce something nice. These two birds were not cheap, but we'll see. So up here on the top, I have some Husky Van Reels. The hen right here, which is the opal on the right, this is a daughter of the Husky Van Reel that I showed you on the top over there. So this is Jones Boys out of Utah, I believe. This is out of their stuff. This cock on the bottom is like my old Husky Van Reel lines. Real nice guy. He's a 2011. He's an old man now, kind of, I guess, but he was always better in the long distance races. He was always in the top for me. He's always clocking every week. He never won anything, but he was always up there in the top 5. 500 miles, 600-mile races. He was always there, always on the day. All right, the last pair I have paired up for now is these grizzles. I paired them up last season. So I got on the left side, it's a cock. He's a 2011. The hen is, I think, a 13 or 14. But these were out of my long distance grizzle lines. I mean, this was like one of the foundations, the cock and the hen was out of them. They always did well for me over here, especially on the harder days. So I actually have 2 of the youngsters down there at Florida Pigeon Derby. They're doing pretty decent in the training, pretty consistent. So we'll see how they improve throughout the season. So I figured I'd try them again and see what they do. So one other thing I like to point out, a little, I guess a little tip, if anybody else uses these plastic bowls. I like to keep this little empty, I guess it's an empty butter tub. What I do is every day I'll come in here to change the waters, I'll dump them in here. Same thing with the feed, just so I don't spill nothing on the floor, keep the floor nice and clean and nice and dry. Most of the time these are gonna be frozen, so they'll just be blocks of ice. So I just do this to keep everything organized and clean. I do have to put some grit in here for them. Have to give them some feed later. But as far as the pairing, 8 pairs, 4 on each side for now. I do think I'm going to put maybe 1 or 2 more pairs together. I haven't decided yet. But you'll notice my floor's completely bare. I have no straw in here. Anything else like that. The reason for that is I don't like to use straw anymore. I don't like to use hay. I like to keep the floor bare, nice and clean. I notice every time that I used to use the straw, it was just too much of a hassle as far as like moisture would go and bugs. It attracts a lot of bugs. As soon as it starts getting warm out, you get a lot of flies. Then you're gonna have maggots and all that. So I've been sticking with these paper shreds. I've been having really good luck with them. You notice I just got the paper shreds and the nest felts in the bowls. Last season they worked out great, so I'm going to continue to use them. Looks like the lights just went off. I got them on a timer outside. There's plenty of sun in here now, so as soon as the sun starts to set, they'll come back on again. But as far as everything else, that's pretty much what's going on here. So hopefully We breed some nice pigeons this season. Definitely sending everything out. I'm not having any stragglers. Last season I had a couple birds that I didn't end up sending out, and that was kind of a mistake on my part. I sold a few. I still have 2 or 3. Probably end up just keeping them for stock, but it is what it is. This season I like to get everything out just so I know exactly what I have. Everything that I breed is either going to the one lofts or going to band races, local band races that I like to fly. So I hope you enjoyed. I try to keep these videos, short and simple. I don't want to put out too much content of going on and on over the same thing. So we'll check back as soon as these eggs hatch, I guess. As soon as we get some eggs, it's going to be a little while. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching. And as always, any comments, questions, concerns, leave them down in the comments.